Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I wanted to make this video real quick so I can show you what I've done to the greenhouse so far. I've been kind of preparing for the winter. We had like a 32-degree freeze for a few hours, so I had to bring a whole bunch of stuff inside. Most of my tropicals or sensitive plants, I already brought them in, plus a couple of other big ones I'll show you in a minute. But I'm making this video so I can kind of take you to the point where I'm thinking and what I'm kind of considering about populating in this uh, greenhouse extension in the back. So let's get right into it. All right, so this area already looks like a little jungle, huh? Doesn't it? Look at that. Now that I look at it, I think I might have a problem with liking and loving plants too much. But hopefully, at some point, this is gonna pay off. Ooh, hold on. I had some squeaky door action behind me. But this is all the plants, almost all of them, that I have that are sensitive to freezing temperatures, and we'll get in depth in a little bit and talk about what I'm thinking here. But before we do all that, we'll take a look at this. I don't know if you remember those big bananas I had outside. I had to dig one of them up and bring it over here. This is the Orinoco or Burroughs banana. It's about 12 feet. I bent all the the leaves down, so it kind of fits in here, but it was really tall when the leaves were like nice and erect. It was very, very tall, so I had to bend them down to make them fit here. But as you can see, it's loaded with bananas, and it started shelling all the flower coverings, which I think is incredible. It feels like leather. This is crazy material here to come out of a tree, really, or a plant, I guess, not a tree. But yeah, I got two of them. I had a third one. I didn't plan to bring in this one, but I had a Carolina King banana that had flowers and everything. But as I was carrying it, it snapped in half. The trunk wasn't. It felt like it was. It wasn't like. It wasn't thick. It was very thin. It felt like it was weak. But anyways, it snapped in half on me during transport. So I brought this one in. I believe this is a Texas Star. And we'll see how this one performs. So this one is just a little bit taller than the other one, I think. And it's still producing leaves, which is suboptimal in this situation because there's not a whole lot of space for those new leaves to come up, and they usually come up straight and erect. So yeah, I'll just have to deal with it. Just bend them to the side where it has a little bit of more space and take it where that leaf is going. But this one hasn't flowered. I do believe it's like in the next 2 to 3 leaves it'll flower. So I thought, it would be a total waste to lose this at this point. But I was definitely going to try to do something with this one. It seems like it's stabilized, I've seen those bananas in there pick up on like size, and the flower has kind of opened up really nicely. So there you go. This Burroughs banana. Very excited to have one of these. And that's probably my favorite banana out of all the ones I tried. It's fantastic. Very creamy and dessert-like. Yeah, so I brought all my citrus in. I have so many different kinds of citrus, and I got a couple of more. I got an improved Mayer lemon and thornless key lime. This right here, this plant is like not ground cherry, but I forgot golden cherry or something like that. It's tropical, and it's my most attacked plant I have. Every single creature out there loves these leaves, and they eat them. I had a couple of fruits out of it. I planted it under an oak tree, and that was a huge mistake. It was a beetle, all kinds of bug magnet, you know. I kept eating at it. Like some bugs would eat from the bottom, some bugs would eat from the top, some bugs would go from the side. It was just nuts. They didn't let these guys grow. But I put it in a pot, dug it out of the ground, put it in a pot, and see what I can do with it in the greenhouse with a little bit more protection. I brought some of these loquats in. Look at the size of Big Jim's leaves. Whew. Compared to the other one, huh? That's a Yehuda, and this is Big Jim on the left. Yehuda on the right, Big Jim on the left. Yeah, so since I put them in pots, I mean, they are not the same plants, guys. Something about that area where I put them in, they just didn't like. I mean, the amount of insect pressure over there is insane. So they just literally wouldn't let these leaves grow. They wouldn't let these plants be. So I had to bring them inside in these pots, and those are the ones that are not flowering yet, and the ones that are flowering are over there. And these have been attracting bees. Do you see the bees? You can hear them. Here, listen. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a very good cross-pollination going on here. This what you're seeing here. It's identical to what happened last year when I opened the doors for the bees to come in and pollinate this one right here, this Premier Loquat. But usually when it starts freezing, there's no flowers left outside. There's no pollen to collect anywhere. Look at the damage. I covered them with a plastic sheet, but there's still damage on those papayas. The fruit's still loading up, and I believe we're gonna have about 2 to 3 weeks of no freezes. So I might have to protect them once more, but I don't know what's gonna be left of the leaves. I already tipped both of these papayas, so they're not growing any more new leaves. And honestly, I was just trying to get as much energy out of them as possible to go to the fruit instead of producing new leaves and stuff like that. But these are absolutely massive. They are huge, and I wasn't going to lose them to that one freeze. I covered them. They did get damaged a little bit, but they still have leaves. They're still collecting energy. And as a matter of fact, I've already initiated where the next set of branches are going to come from. So hopefully these fruit would mature in time before next spring. And I'm going to cut this down to here. These are already shooting. If I have to protect them, I just put a bucket and mulch on top. I'm not going to have time to do air layering or anything. I'm getting really busy with so bunch of things around here and in life generally, so I'm not going to have time to do much of that. But you know, all my vegetables are gone. I harvested some peanuts the other day. It was kind of cool. But anyways, these are the loquats. All my flowering loquats here, about 5 varieties. And I got a couple here that are not flowering. I just put them here because I have nowhere else to put them. But yeah, the bees come in when there's no nectar outside because of the freezing. And that's why plants have such like loquat. They have such strong scent. Like a jasmine scent, fantastic. It's very nice. The whole greenhouse smells like that, and it's inviting all kinds of good bugs around here. I haven't seen any bad bugs. So yeah, mostly bees on the loquat, and mostly wasps. And I have like tons of varieties of wasps. So I don't know if I can catch one. I feel like these have kind of these jujubes, these Indian jujubes, have slowed down as far as flower production, but there's still quite a few flowers. I don't see a whole bunch. I just opened the door. They usually come in. I see a couple of creatures out there, but they don't usually come in till afternoon. The wasps, and then they pollinate for a few hours and they just leave the greenhouse. Anyways, it's I mean, the trees have already been pollinated really well, and they are loaded with fruit. Anywhere you look, there's tons of fruit. There's probably thousands of fruits here. There's so many of them, and there's so many little ones developing. I wonder if I'm going to have to, because of such good pollination effort, I might have to thin some of the fruit. Like, look at that. Like, I might have to thin that, right? It's a little excessive. Yeah, and you know, there's tons of flowers left. There's oh, there you go. There's one of them. That's one of those black ones that I see quite often on the jujus right here. See? Yeah, that's a good guy right there. Most people would kill them. I like to keep my wasps around. They're really good. They do so much you know, good things for you. They're fantastic creatures, honestly. Just stay away from them and their nests if they get too close to you in your home. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, but I kind of rather keep them. The benefit of having them in a food forest is so much outweighs the issues of them stinging you sometimes if you get too close to their spots. You just pay attention to your environment and know where you're going and where you're walking. This the star fruit is loaded, and it hasn't stopped flowering for the past month. See, there's another. Look at that one right there. That's a different variety. Oh, took off. But yeah, I have a bunch of wasps here, and as you can see, I'm walking here carefree. They don't attack you where they're feeding. They don't attack you where they're just sitting. They don't attack you if they come into your greenhouse. You know what I mean? Even they don't attack you when they're inside of your home. So many of them got into our house and just I usually put them in a cup and take them outside. You know, they're not aggressive. The only time when they're aggressive is when they feel like existential threat by you being close to their nest or mess with them. Obviously, sometimes people mess with them. But yeah, this is loaded. The carambola is loaded, and I have a little issue here with some ants on my guavas. But the reason why I'm mentioning that is, do you see the ants? All these ants out here. Yeah, see? They've been planting these sapsuckers. Let me see if I can show you some. Yeah, there you go. Look at these sapsuckers right there. You see those? Please focus. Yeah, they plant these sapsuckers, these yellow things, and they suck the sugar out of them to harvest some calories. But I have them on this one. I have them on this one. Those, since I pruned, they kind of stepped away from them a little bit, but I see them sometimes. Anyways, the reason why I mention this is because I need to get rid of them. Ants have been a major pain in my butt, and they are so harmful, especially for this greenhouse. They're harmful anyway, especially these little ones. They do all kinds of stupid stuff, really. But I'm keeping them around for a little bit just because of this starfruit tree here. And the reason why is because they have been, as you can see there on it, they have been assisting me with sucking the sugar nectar out of here, out of these flowers, which I've probably shown you a couple of times before in my earlier videos, that these flowers produce a certain amount of nectar, like a nice drop, and fungus gets on it, right? And that kind of causes the flower to abort. Like, oh, there you go. I got a good example for you right there. Do you see that? Can I get a good... There you go. See all the fungus action? Yeah, so they fail to collect the nectar off of that. And sometimes the entire branch aborts because of all this fungus action. But I've seen ants... kind of walk up there and eat or suck all the sugar off these flowers, and that really has, they're not pollinating, they're just helping with the fungus presence on these flowers. But since I allowed them to do that, which, by the way, I should have made a video to show you how I did it, but I grabbed a whole bunch of ants in my hands, on my hands, and just kind of let them I touch the tree and let them climb. And I did that a couple of times until like, oh, look, there's sugar here. Let's get the other soldiers to come over and help out. And there you go. So I felt like I taught them that, you know what I mean? I kind of directed them to a different source of energy. But they have been menacing around here. As you can see, they are doing the same stupid thing on these white sapotes. And these guys, they sting really bad and it hurts. Yeah, so it's okay. As far as getting stung and all that stuff and getting bitten by creatures, I've adapted like an Amazonian man, you know, in the jungle. You know, it's just part of life, and I feel like my body's not reacting as badly as when I first moved over here a couple of years ago. Look at this beautiful Nagami kumquat. It's loaded with fruit. Very beautiful plant. These are very plumpy too. Yep. Yeah, I brought this one in. I just didn't want to lose the fruit in the freezer. And I was like, I might as well keep it inside. I moved in a whole bunch of citrus actually inside. So I mean, that's what the greenhouse looks like right now, and I'm still trying to think about the best way to get all these dragon fruits out of here and put them in a 25-gallon pot with a nice dragon trellis. Yeah, so that's the greenhouse here, and the reason I made this video is because I want to talk about this section right here, because it's kind of getting crazy, and I'm gonna start grafting all of these. I already done some grafting over there, and as you can see, covered them with some grocery bags. I grafted the loquat, which seemed to have taken. I grafted 3 branches, and all 3 branches took off. It's really cool to see that my logic is finally paying off as far as approaching grafting. But I got that. I grafted some cold hardy citrus down there, and I grafted some sweet red pepper on top of habanero pepper plant. So, and the reason why I did that, because I have a terrible infestation of root knot nematodes here, and I pulled every single, I had like 9 or 10 peppers, jalapenos and sweet peppers and all that stuff, and these 2 didn't have any root knot nematodes, and the rest of them had root knot nematodes. So they were right next to each other. They had the same soil, same environment, everything. But anyway, since I'd done that, and these, I noticed they were the best growers too. They weren't being attacked by any creatures, and I just love their ability to grow. So I grafted the sweet red pepper on top. I grafted 3 branches on each, and we'll see how that turns out. But I'm very excited because I love the red sweet pepper, especially that variety that I bought. Apparently has some of the highest bricks out there. So yeah, so that Miwa kumquat got going on here. Very nice, almost there. My family's been eating them even though they're not ripe yet. Anyways, I'm not planning on growing bananas like this inside of here. This is just a desperate effort to save that rack, and a desperate effort to see what I can get out of this one right here. Maybe I can get a second rack, and that'd be cool. But yeah, my plan for bananas, as far as the big ones, is to grow them in big pots like that over there. Do you see? Like, I am about 6 to 8 months ahead of schedule with that one right there. And it looks to be, if you consider the height where the leaf is, that's about 10 feet, and the junction over there is about 5.5 feet. So yeah, I'm growing them in pots, in big pots, and I'm going to transfer them into some nice fertile soil full of compost and covered with like a foot worth of mulch, and going to water them and all-purpose fertilize them very heavily, like bananas like to have fertilized. Yeah, so I brought all the citrus, all the loquats I have, all these star cherries, and they started. Look at that, that's a black star cherry right there. It's beautiful. I trimmed and pruned some of the leaves and branches off of that off of the June plum. This Guamachil has started producing beautiful pink to red flowers because of the temperature change. I planted, I've composted, since yesterday, I really just finished composting this entire area, or direct composting, this 8x8 square. And I planted 4 dwarf Cavendish bananas in the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest of these are just what I'm propagating, just keeping around, because I'm running out of space elsewhere. And brought this beautiful red passion flower inside. Which also invites ants because they produce some sugar nodules. Why is my phone not focusing today? Yeah, I just saw an ant there. Yeah, this. Oh, there you go. There's one there. Yep, such fast movers. Yeah, these invite ants because they got sugar on them. My papaya is getting really long. This is not last time I said these are tomatillos, but they're not tomatillos. They are tamarillos, and they got some aphid action going on here. Let's go ahead and not ruin these new beautiful leaves. Thank you, aphid. See. They think they're all smart and adaptive, and they don't understand. I'm very obsessive, and I'm very angry also. Look at that. Alright, so I got rid of a whole bunch of menaces off of these leaves, and I just realized as I'm touching this plant, this tamarillo, smells like burnt rubber or plastic when you squeeze it a little bit, or when you mess with the leaf. It's kind of cool. It's weird. I've never I mean, rubber comes from a tree, but a burnt rubber or burnt plastic scent, I've never smelled that from one of these before. But anyways, that's everything I've got here. A whole bunch of Ziziphus moritania jujubes, and this one this is a G866 I'm gonna put in the ground. I was hoping for this one to produce to see what kind of fruit I could get out of it, but I don't know why it didn't. It's in a 15-gallon pot, full with very, very fertile soil. And I think I have my very first Babaco papaya. These Babaco papayas, I want to put them in the ground instead of those dragon fruits. I want to put those babacos there. Those dragons, like, as you can see, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what I was thinking. You guys, if you see me do something stupid, you know what I mean? Just say, hey, that's stupid. Okay? I won't be offended. I'm not, I don't take offense to constructive criticism, especially coming from anybody with any type of experience doing something and have results with it. Just let me know. I'll listen to you, no problem. And I'd be very appreciative, as a matter of fact. And, oh, these are my peanuts here. When I harvested, I just plucked them out of the ground and pruned them really heavy. There's a bunch of peanuts plants, you know, why would I lose those? That's ready for next season. I'll just put them in rows in different areas, and they'll do their thing. They're very, very low effort. These weeds I don't like. I like to get rid of these weeds. So yeah, what's the plan here, right? So this is why I made this video. I usually like to take you for a little tour first, and then kind of talk to you about where I'm going with this place. All right, so the plan is, that's the banana corner. I'm not going to have another banana corner. This area here is just for this season because I'm exhausted. I've done too much in the past 2 years, and my body's kind of hurting a little bit. And I have to start working to make American dollars now very soon to pay the bills and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm kind of getting to the point where I got to get busy with your conventional work, right? To support my family. Anyways, yeah, where am I going to go with this? All these citrus, or most of them, like I would say 80-90% of them are going to go in the ground next season. All these bananas are going to go in the ground next season. and I have about 10 different varieties of banana. By the time I'm done with it, I'm going to show you exactly what worked with the way I'm trying to approach it. And the ones on the left here, as you can see, like 4 or 5 different varieties of short cycle, and the ones on the right is just your standard semi-dwarf bananas. And I say semi, this is a semi-dwarf, by the way. When I bought it, it said dwarf, but it's not. I think it's a semi-dwarf, and they made a mistake, the nursery. Dwarf would be like 6 to 8, and this is 10 to 12. So that's just for your reference. And when I say that, I'm talking about when it starts fruiting, right? And when it fruits, it starts producing leaves, and that's your mature height. So 10 to 12 is semi-dwarf. These semi-dwarf are going to go in the ground after like a whole season of growing in a big pot, 10 to 15 to 20 gallon pots. Yeah, so I'll get all of this out of here. All of this, really. Just this entire section will get cleared out. What's going to be left is my tamarinds, my guamachil, my what else? What am I going to do here, huh? That's the question. I mean, I populated one square over there, and that square is going to get kind of crazy and forest-like because of the bananas. And even if they're dwarf bananas, they're really going to pick up on the size of the leaves and kind of populate in width. But anyways, here I was hoping to move that carambola right there. Before it started fruiting, I was hoping to put it in that corner and give it as much height as possible. And that kind of, as you can see from where the sun is coming from, it's not going to block much sunlight from the bananas or any other plants. So, and that's a big tree. That's my most aggressive one. That's unbelievable. I pruned it like 3-4 times, and you know, it just shoots up, boop. In a couple of months, it's back where it's at. So I was trying to put that star fruit over there, and then I have some Garcinias that I'd like to have. I mean, since I tried them, the lemon drop mangosteen, I got a superior lemon drop mangosteen over there, so I tried that one. My God, it's incredible. I'd like to have that every day. And they're such wonderful fruit. They kind of produce fruit most of the season if they're in a greenhouse. And I have an achacha, and I have 3 imbies. Now the imbies are gonna go in pots until they produce I mean, I already identified them based on the leaves and their structure. I have 1 male and 2 females, and one of the females probably both male and female inside. Who knows? You know, I'm hoping for that. But I was kind of hoping for them to mature in a 10, 15, 20 gallon pot, and then kind of graft both genders on the same trees. And I'll just keep one. I'll probably sell the other 2. But that's like so long into the future. It's going to take years. They're like 1 foot long, so they're really tiny. But that's the only way to get imbi nowadays. Is kind of nobody's selling anything grafted or mature or producing or anything. It's just one of those situations. And this one right here will definitely go into the ground. This is a cinnamon apple. These will stay in pots since they can do pot culture, no problem. These are Eugenias elongata or Eugenia silenoi. Forgot. It's just elongated Eugenia silenoi. That's what they are. And some dwarf mami sapotes over there. I don't know. I'm going to keep those in pots for now. But the Eugenias I'm going to keep in the pots. The cinnamon apple goes in the ground. Garcinias will go in the ground. And I love Garcinia growth. It's just nice and straight up, and it's very vertical. It's not too horizontal, which is perfect. And they're very kind of short and productive compared to other plants and other trees. But anyways, I got to do a little bit of research as far as the Garcinias and where to put them. But I'd like to put them maybe somewhere right next to my carambola over there on the left, and kind of populate this row here. And I'm going to put as many plants as possible really in a spot and kind of turn this into a jungle. The idea is to have a canopy similar to where this is going, really. Like, this is actually reaching already where I want it to go, which is me being able to walk right underneath the canopy of these trees as if I was in a little manufactured forest. So, meaning, as long as I have like a walkway like this right here, it's about 3 feet. maybe a little less, but still, like, I feel like I'm very comfortable walking through here. It's not a problem. And so as long as I have that much space to walk between the trees, the tree trunks, that's not a big deal. So Garcinias will be here, and they can do kind of decently in part shade. I've seen them. I've seen real examples at Beaumont Conservatory. It's a nice stink bug. I don't want it here. Bye. Yeah, so the Beaumont Conservatory, close by, about an hour away, they had a nice Garcinia intermedia, and it was kind of in part shade and a lot of trees around it, and it was producing tons of fruit. So if that could work there, it's probably more light here, and it's going to do better in my environment, since I'm going to take care of it really, really well, probably much better than they're taking care of their trees as far as feeding and all that, and keeping insects away. Anyways, so when the carambola stops fruiting, I'm going to chop it down in half, just keep the scaffolding, and then let it grow over there in that section and populate that area. Afterwards, I'll start working with the Garcinias, Garcinia humilis, intermedia, Brasiliensis, and Livingstone. So all those Garcinias will go into here, kind of populating this square. That's the banana square there. Over here, I'm thinking about more loquats, really. I mean, realistically, it's just, I love loquats so much. I don't know if, I feel like I can eat loquats nonstop, and you can do so much with it. Such a great fruit. You can do jam. You can make fruit leather from them. It's really good. They're really good fruit trees, and I just love their shape. I understand them, right? I know exactly what they need. I know what they're dealing with. I know what to give them and how to take care of them very, very well, enough for them to produce substantial amounts of fruit. So I'd like to have more of this kind of structure over here, over there, with the different varieties I have, and I haven't really made my mind about whether I should put them in that section there or put them in this section here, which is fully composted already. Okay, so but one of these sections will kind of have these beautiful loquats inside, and I'm also considering about putting them maybe on this section here, because I know they can do well with just like it's not partial shade. I guess it could be called that, you know, since these big trees I have over here kind of blocking some of the sun from penetrating. But I could put the loquats on the right side here, and they probably appreciate it, especially in the early stages, until they get all the way to the top and they start collecting whatever light they want to collect. And in the center, I can put what really likes a whole bunch of light, which is a tamarind, right? That tamarind loves light. It loves heat. So I could put that in the center there and literally have it populate that entire section. And you can't go with having too many you can't go wrong with having too many tamarinds. They're great fruit. It's incredible. And recently, I think I've seen something online. I don't know how true it is, but they said it removes microplastics from your body. So it's kind of crazy. But I'd like to have some more of those. So the tamarind over there. On the right side, probably here in the corner, maybe I'll have a guamachil and a bunch of smaller bushy plants in the middle here. Let me see what I got here. I got that, see that right there? That's a Thai red gooseberry. Yeah, so that can go somewhere around here. That'd be cool. And my sapodilla, I got a Celis sapodilla, Celis woods. And I have another like round, large size sapodilla grafted that's ready to go into the ground soon. And the sapodillas, really, realistically, I'd like to put one in this corner and one in this corner here, and let them grow and kind of take their comfort at picking up height. over here, I'm actually also considering putting some citrus in the ground around here. These will stay in the pots right here. I don't see an urgent need to put them in the ground. I don't feel like they need that really. Like they're happy in this 20-gallon. These are the strawberry guava and lemon guava, but I'm pretty sure they're both strawberry guava because you know, you can't trust you cannot trust these online sellers. Like 30% of the stuff I ordered, like specific varieties of these species, and they sent something else just to push plants and sell, you know. No ethics out there, but you gotta be careful. But also, how can you be careful if the leaves and everything else looks the same from one variety to the next? So, yeah. Kind of a problem, but I don't know what to do with that. Anyways, the sapodillas will be here. So, now that I'm talking to you and thinking about it, definitely that's where the loquats are going, right over there in that corner. Okay, because they got large leaves. They're okay with part shade, and they can get 6 to 8 hours of sunlight in there afternoon, like when the sun kind of goes beyond the coverage of those trees. So yeah, loquats here, tamarind, guamachil. This right here, over here, this I'm gonna kind of create a pathway and put some gravel down there so I can get to my bananas, because I'm gonna need somewhere to walk, and basically I'm gonna take these boards, kind of turn them horizontally instead of vertical, and then have some more of that gravel walkway. So I'm thinking about actually just a whole lot of thinking done about the actual use of this gravel and what else I can do to promote more health and production with these plants. So I'm going to remove all the gravel that's surrounding the pots and the tree roots, and I'm just going to keep like a couple of feet of gravel here in the center, right? And everything else will be compost and mulch. Okay, so this is going to be the walk right here through this guava arch, and I'm gonna have the walkway go to the left, and I'm gonna have it go to the right, and I'm gonna have it like right here. There's gonna be a little junction here, a little intersection, and then it's gonna go right here to the bananas, okay, and then right here to tamarinds and a bunch of the fruit bushes and stuff that I'm gonna have here, and then from here I'm gonna be able to access this section. So there's gonna be a plant here and a plant there, and then get into this section for the to access the loquat area, and that's probably it. Like, I don't know how much more I can do in these sections. Oh, I was one more thing probably. I do have a I have a coconut mango right here. Coconut cream. If you haven't had one of these, you'd have your mind blown if you get like a nice fully like tree ripened mango off of those. It's unbelievable. So I'm definitely gonna have to have that specific one. So I'm considering moving this Mexican cream guava somewhere else, somewhere more proper. I haven't decided where exactly, but I might move that and plant that coconut cream in its spot here. What else? What else? I have some more plants that I haven't really even considered or thought about. They're just so tiny. They're so brand new. I'm not sure where they're gonna go. I have a yellow soursop. Got a black Barbados cherry. I have a peanut butter plant and governor plum. So some of them might really live in a 20-gallon, maybe 25-gallon. Probably 20-gallon is fine and still produce like a elongated 20-gallon. They'll probably get the job done. I got a black Suriname cherry in the back, but very questionable since it doesn't have the red new leaf growth. I'm not sure if it's black or not. Yeah, see, look how close I am to this. See? Yeah. No problem dealing with wasps as long as you're away from their nest. I just don't allow their nest to be inside the greenhouse. That's all. Yeah. That's all the fruit trees I've got right now. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think I have one more. I almost forgot about that. Definitely gonna go into the ground. I will bring it outside in a minute. Hold on. Yeah, I almost forgot to bring this out. This is a wax apple. I think that's what they call them. Champaka, different names for them, different regions around the world. But it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. Look at the leaves. Very cool looking. This is black gold, I think they called it. Very nice. So these water apples, wax apples, I forgot what they call them exactly. My memory's not the best right now. But anyways, I got this variety, which they've said to have fantastic sugar content, very juicy and aromatic. So this is an air layer branch from a mature tree that produces. And I'm very excited to have this beautiful fruit tree added to the collection. And that one's definitely going to go in the ground. And I'm thinking somewhere around this corner here. And have it populate this section. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Like, I don't know how much more I can get. I feel like as far as collecting fruit trees and stuff, I'm at the end of my effort. I'd like to kind of stop and just take care of what I've got already here, which is more than what I don't know, like 99% of people have. That's just the tropical stuff. I got a ridiculous amount of other stuff outside. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit the brakes as far as collecting more. As far as just like in the next maybe couple of years, I won't buy anything else. I'm kind of done with this, with the collecting part, unless there's something that's undeniable, you know, and irresistible. Which I don't know if I can get there. I have so much already. I'm not sure what else is going to engage and intrigue me in a way to get me to buy it. So anyways, I don't know if I'm going to put any type of papayas here in the ground in this section. So the only two papayas are those Babaco papayas, because they seem to have a relatively reasonable size leaves, and it doesn't expand like I showed you the papayas outside. It expands kind of vertically, or grows vertically. And I'm going to remove the structure here completely and use the wood to create trellises for all those 10, 12 varieties of dragon fruit I got in there. And put the two Babaco papayas in there. And I might add a third one in the middle too, since they might be able to take that. They might be able to handle that kind of space. And yeah. Yeah. I have a problem. I love fruit trees too much. And what are you gonna do? You know, it's such a wonderful hobby. It's better than a whole lot of other hobbies. And I might turn it into a business in the future. You know, who knows whether like full scale agricultural business producing certain varieties of fruit. You know, this company like Miami Fruit in Florida, they have a great business there, and I might turn my obsession and my hobby into something like that here in Southeast Texas. And since I'm in like in the middle of all this, you really have an advantage over people that are just located on like on one end of the country. So since I'm in the middle, I might be able to kind of you know, do better with shipping costs and stuff like that, because I know their prices is kind of crazy. I was looking up there. I was trying to get some Imbi seeds, and they were selling one Imbi for $22. And I understand this is not, it's not crazy to ask for a $22 Imbi. Imbi is difficult to grow. You really can't grow a whole lot of it unless you're in South Florida, maybe like in ground. And I don't know. I'm not there. There's so many different things that could cause more difficulty with growing fruit trees down there. You know, like the soil, the salty water, hurricanes. There's so many things, right? So I understand what they're doing. Anyways, all I'm talking about is a great business. There's not enough of these business around here. They should be one in each, in every place. Probably Cali may have somebody doing something like that, but people in Cali should have a business like that. Here in Texas, I might be the one to do it because I'm obsessed. I'm hardworking. I'm kind of getting to the point where I know what I'm doing with so many of these different species, and you can't find them at the store. There's no way you can find most of what I'm growing around here, especially. And I really want to do. I want to specialize with apple. Oh, baby apple bear. I have like 10 varieties of apple bear. You know what I mean? These can ship well. Oh, there's another wasp right here. Come on, hello. Can the good folks see you? Do you see him? There he is. This is another good boy. He's doing a good job. Oh, come on, focus. My phone is killing me this time around. There you go. That's another type of wasp. I just show you like I've seen 4, and there's like many creatures that are also pollinating there. Anyways, I got like 10 plus varieties of Indian jujubes. And I'm telling you, if you haven't tried those before, and if you're like a Chinese jujube person, and you try the Indian stuff, and I'm talking about the correct varieties, okay? Not any, some Indian varieties taste like garbage, taste like rotten fruit, okay? But if you try the select stuff, if you try the good ones, like this coconut one, it tastes like coconut and cosmic apple. I mean, and some jujube taste in there as well. Like a unique tropical jujube taste. I mean, what can go wrong with that? You know what I mean? As far as like selling this product, but if you sell them some of these undesirable varieties out there, it's probably not very appealing. And anyways, this might be my focus here, really, because I know everything about these plants right now. I know exactly what they need: the soil, the watering, the fertilizer, when, how to prune them, and all that. And let me retract that so I don't sound too egotistic here. I know a whole lot about these, but maybe not everything. Okay, I might know everything in the future, but this obsession comes from childhood, and I'm determined to get somewhere with these plants, and I probably turn into a business and start selling fruit for people, and we'll see where that goes. And I said it was going to be a quick one. It's 47 minutes. We're nearing 48. Apologies. But I hope once I get going, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to stop. Like, I got to deliver the message, and kind of lose track on time. I really should pay attention to the length and the duration of these videos. My trusty excavator here. So much. If you're doing a permit like what I'm doing here, you're gonna need one of those. Okay. But yeah, see, like this. Look at that banana. That's a Brazilian dwarf. It's massive. It's but yeah, that's 32-degree weather. I messed him up. Hello. It's Wolfie right here, Gypsy. That's how the place looked like right now. As you can see, all my flowers have died, and I lost a lot of greenery. All the persimmon flowers have gotten messed up, or leaves. All the jujube leaves have fallen, and yeah. So we're at the end of the season, and yeah, that's how the place looks like right now. I'm gonna start cleaning that space in the back. I don't know if this one is going to survive or not, but some areas, oh yeah, it's probably going dormant. That's all. This what do you call it? Pakistani mulberry. Anyways, why I'm talking about all that? See how my brain works? It's just suddenly as I'm walking somewhere, I drift. I apologize for that, but it's good to have you back here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.